Hello ladies and gents, hope you're all well, and it's a real treat for us today because for the first time for me and for this page we get a permission visit and guided tour into here, the Curfew Tower, with this and the Chapel of St Margaret's, the only pieces of the Abbey to still be standing. There was 3 of these original gates, but this is the Curfew, or also known as the Fire Bell Gate. The original Curfew Gate, or Curfew Tower, was built in the year 1370. That, however, was taken down and replaced with this one in 1460. The upper part of it's built with 12th and 13th century stones, probably from the original. And this was built when the Pope granted license for there to be a chapel up there. And that's the Chapel of the Holy Rood, so called because it contains a large carved stone block known as the Holy Rood, which dates from around the 1100s from the old abbey, and that was moved up into here, and it is known as the Chapel of the Holy Rood. At the Curfew Gate, they years ago when the abbey was still standing, they would have rung a curfew bell at night time for the locals, and that told them when they had to be indoors. We've seen this before, but this is where we are here. This is the Curfew Gate. And as I say, there were 3 of them. This is the only one that remains, and this is the old abbey as it was. St Margaret stands there, and the church and this Curfew Gate are the only surviving structures. The rest is in ruins, and the abbey was taken down long ago by stone, used as a stone quarry. Yeah, as I say, it's a real privilege to get inside this one. The Abbess of Barking would have often given sermons and things like that in this one. It's a very tiny little door. The door is about 4'7", 4'8" in height, so it's a very small door. There would have been statues of saints up in these niches originally. And it would have originally had another window there, which was bricked up quite some years ago, many years ago. As I say, this is one I've been wanting to get into for a long time. It's had extensive restorations. Its most recent trouble was death watch beetle in the floors, which is why I couldn't get in there. But that's all been sorted now, and everything is a-okay with it, so visitors are back on. I'm one of the first people to be able to get into it as it is now, and had the privilege of looking around. So join me and one of the very kind church helpers, and we'll be getting a guided tour inside. Off we go.
The lights are already on.
Oh, right, brilliant.
Up your laugh, but there you go.
Okay.
I'll just put that there. Right. Not too far, but mind your head on the
I will do, yes. I'm quite short, so it's rare that I have to mind my head.
Nobody coming out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The old door as well. The Holy Rood. That was one of the few things to survive the old abbey, wasn't it? The Holy Rood.
Yes, I think it used to be outside. They moved it here.
Yeah. I read that it was found in the nuns' burial ground in Victorian times, and they had it outside, as you say, and then they moved it in here. But
I think it's been here quite a while. It got damaged.
yeah.
Reclamation. It would have been coloured.
Carol told me that. Yeah, it would have been brightly painted at one point.
There's a little bit of paint there that you could see.
So there is, look. See, this is what I've said before about with St Margaret's. Before the Reformation, it would have been filled with colour and sound and incense and stuff. I mean, if you go to some of the churches abroad in the countries where they didn't have Reformation, you can see kind of what you would have had. It's very, very, very different.
But they're still Catholic, aren't they?
They are, yes.
This would have been Catholic. And that's the job, I think.
That's amazing. I like to think of the history that this place has seen.
I mean, it's sometimes called the Curfew Tower or the Bell Tower. We don't know where they rang the bells, possibly on the roof.
Mm. Yeah, and everyone had to be inside after that time, didn't they? I was reading about that, the curfew, yeah. That's how they kept law and order in those days. Before the police force, I mean, you had a sheriff in those days, and that was pretty much about it, and the sheriff's man.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate this. I've been dying to see inside this one for ages.
I mean, Barking Abbey was really wealthy.
It was one of the wealthiest in the country, wasn't it? So most of the ladies, the nuns and the abbesses were really well-educated women. I mean,
They were the
Geoffrey Chaucer's...
aristocracy. I mean, this is sort of... There's property over on the map, all these dots.
Oh, look. They owned masses of land, didn't they?
An Ingate stone.
Mm.
The man that came to oversee the demolition of the abbey and take it back for the king was named Petrie.
Yeah.
And he thought, I'll have Ingate Stone Hall. And they still live there.
Really?
Well, not the same bloke.
No, but the family, yes, of course,
They
yeah.
still live there. It's worth a visit. You can go and visit it. You might have to book.
Oh, right. Oh, I'll look into that
Really
because
worth a visit.
I like anything like that. Same as with Eastbury Manor, that was a fascinating one to go and see. I really enjoyed that.
I mean, they've got a suit there. One of their ancestors got beheaded. They've still got his suit
Wow.
with all blood round the neck.
Yeah, I think that was in the Monmouth Rebellion that a Petrie got executed.
Oh,
yeah.
was it? Right.
I think so, yeah. I think it was the Monmouth Rebellion. I remember reading about that because Duke of Monmouth, his execution was a bloodbath. Jack Ketch made a really nasty job of it.
No.
And in the end, the Tower Guards had to come and rescue Jack Ketch because the crowd wanted to kill him because they liked Monmouth so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all history, pretty gory in those days.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks very much. Just take one last photo of the Holy Rood.
5.
Right.
We had all the stonework done. We had Death Watch painted.
Carol told me about the Death Watch Beetle. It was when I first asked about it. This is why I wasn't able to come in because they had Death Watch Beetle in. It was a tricky one with that, isn't it? So it's
Oh, it must have been a few years ago.
Oh yeah. It was a good few years ago. Yeah, early 2000.
That's this. But the shops, there used to be shops here, Victor Value shop. And that was back line that went down to the school.
Oh right. God, it's changed so much, hasn't it? Unrecognisable. I like what they've done outside the Curfew Tower now with the Abbey model. That's very good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, if you notice, look at this, the fence is there,
Yeah.
whereas it's now, sorry, it is there, sorry. It used to be at the back, where the shops, don't know about that bit, where the gardens of these houses used to go to the back of the Curfew
Oh, right.
Tower. I'll show you when we get there.
Cheers. Brilliant.
You got
All
it,
right,
mate.
thanks very much. Thank you. Oh, that hurt. Smashed my head up.
She's very in line with it.
Oh, I see. And the,
That way, so that's really council land.
yeah. I'll say it was much further this way. Yeah, because the buildings look much closer, don't they, in that image?
Yeah, it used to be sort of roughly that line and that line.
Oh, that's interesting. I wondered why there were no gravestones there. I thought they'd just taken them away. There's very few, yeah.
It wasn't part of
Yeah.
the church at the time.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that's something new I've learned as
Yeah.
well. Brilliant. Oh, thanks very much. We've left the confines of the Curfew Tower now, and we've gone into the grounds of the old abbey, the ruins of Barking Abbey, which you can see all around you. It's a very vast building and one of the richest abbeys in the land, as I said before. What we're looking at here is the nuns' burial ground. Lots and lots of nuns are still buried under our feet here. So many of those ladies would have walked in and out of the Curfew Gate as they went about their religious and charitable business, going about the town and doing things like that. And this was known as, and still is known as, the Saints' Chapel, because you've got St Ethelburga, St Hildolith, and one of the great abbesses that ruled over this religious institution, all buried here. And they think that their shrines were taken down, but they think that the tombs and bodies were left alone because Henry VIII visited this place and worshipped here. Also, Henry VIII's grandfather and great uncle, the Tudors, they were educated here as well, so he had links to this place as well, so maybe that's why it escaped some of it. The rest of it, as I say, was all taken down as a stone quarry. But yeah, it's a vast building, massive. Yeah, and we're looking at the nuns' burial ground because many of the ladies under our feet here would have walked in and out of the Curfew Gate, Curfew Tower, so it's a little thing that ties us to them. I hope you've all enjoyed this tour and found it interesting. Thanks for watching.